Go through what we usually do with the warm-ups, and then we do some moving around, walking, and so forth. So we start off with our feet shoulder width, hands up like this, or in the hoop position. Remember, that's kind of a circular position here. We turn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, going to the side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. So we were just shifting around and turning to free up some of the tension might have in the upper body, because movement is essential to alleviating some of the stiffness that you may have. But it's good to just move anyways, because movement is important for circulation. So we've been down. If it's difficult for you, just support yourself with your hands. Slide down your thigh, go to the right, then go to the left, and then back up. Lift up to inhale, press down to exhale. Hands up, reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right, to your left. Center, inhale, exhale. Let's do it one more time. Hands up, reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right, to your left. Center, inhale, exhale. Okay. Like I said, these exercises, once you have that routine, you can actually do these every day. Just the first 5 or 6 is a good start to just get them going. So here's a circular movement, the waist, and the more you practice it, the better you'll get with the movements. And the other thing is, you develop a routine, then you can know a series of exercises you can do to start off your morning. You don't have to start out doing these as soon as you jump out of bed, but the thing is, have your coffee or your breakfast and give yourself a little time, and then, maybe mid-morning, start to do some of these exercises and cross your arms. As creatures of habit, if you do this every single day, or maybe at least 4 or 5 times a week, you'll, get in a routine. And this is kind of making circles with the knees, and really you're relaxing the ankle, the knees, and just track it to try to make a circular movement. Okay, next, hands up here. And we're going to turn the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Tilt to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Rotating. 1, 2, 3. Reverse. 1, 2, 3. Center. Hands up. Pull in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then we follow it up by spreading the feet a little. And we're just going to turn the shoulders again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we'll close the feet up a little. So that twisting actually works our torso, and just getting your body to kind of limber up and getting your body to swing like this, turning from side to side, kind of works your back a little bit. But remember, don't do any of these exercises with a lot of speed. Don't do any of this with a lot of physical force. It's very gentle. You're just kind of turning. Use the little bit of the momentum that you create from turning, and just let your arms relax. Okay, deep breathing exercise. Here we go like this. Pull in, elbows out, up on your toes, and down. So this whole movement toward the face and out to the sides is breathing in. Inhalation, exhalation. When you breathe in, go up on your toes and exhale. You exhale on the drop. And can regulate this drop so you can control the descending action. If you can't control it, just do the best you can by letting your body settle. Okay. Now, I'm going to pull the feet together like this. Okay, so the heels are together, and we're going to turn. How I did that? Turn and forward and back. I'm going to turn the left foot. So the side that's on this side will pivot. We turn this way, and we turn back, turn this way, and back. So it's toe, heel, heel, toe. Toe, heel, heel, toe. Toe, heel, heel, toe. Toe, heel. Now let's bring the hands up to vertical. And then we go forward. And then we go back. Forward and back. Now I'm going to go to the front view. The hands were doing this. Vertical and horizontal. This is on this side. This is on this side. So sometimes it's confusing whether it's right or left, because my right is your left because it's mirror image. So I want to show you that we have two sides. This goes this way and this goes this way. This foot and this foot are the ones that work together. And then you bring it to center. There's your triangle. There's your left side, or there's your same side as that front foot. Then this goes to horizontal and I press. So that's horizontal and press. So I'm over like this. Then I go forward and back, forward and back, and I turn. Go to the other side, forward and back, forward and back. Okay, shake it out. So you can see the vertical and horizontal positions like this facing you. My toe is up on this side. My hand is up on this side. So the fingertip and the toes are going up. Thumb is up. Go forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. So the knees alternate. Okay. I'm going to switch feet. Go back into here. Move this foot. It's my left. Your right foot is out. And then you get the vertical, so the feet are on the same side with the fingertips and the toe. Thumb is up on this side. We press forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. So you see, that's a relationship. And let me show you from a side view that you don't want to be doing this. You don't want to lift this heel. You want to keep this heel down, and then when you go forward, you can leave both feet flat. If the toe goes up in the front, then that would be okay, because that's still part of the empty stance. And then you would go to vertical toe up with the fingertip up. This side, we have the toe up, fingertip up, forward, and back. See, the back leg stays flat. And then the front foot goes up, or you can go forward and back, and the front foot can stay down, depending on what a transitions would be that's going to take you into another direction. So anyways, when we're here, you have front foot, and then we go back with we don't want to do this, go to the toe. Now when do we go to the toe? When we actually walk, though, we actually pass through going to a toe position and a heel position, a toe position touching and touching and touching. Going forward, it's heel, heel, heel. So you go forward, it's always your heel down first as you step. Remember, classes, I tell you that we have a shoulder width stance and we have this foot next to each other position where there's maybe 3 or 4 inches between the inside edge of your foot. And when you walk, that's how you would start. Now, one of the drills that we've been doing is this. And I would go 1, 2, 3. That's opposite. 1. So you go 1, 2, 3. So when we walk, we actually don't walk like this. We walk like this. Opposite, opposite, opposite. Okay, so that's how the hands and legs work in balance. So when I go like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if I go to the side, you can look at this and you can see the hand is opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to do it on the other side. I'm going to face this way now. Right. So we're here, right? We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's really the coordination and how the hands swing and how your legs create the next motion. Now, what's the advantage of doing this is to build the coordination, but you're also balancing on one leg. So you're working the supporting leg. Okay, so we're like this, working the supporting leg so that you get used to carrying the weight on that single leg. So there is some balance benefits to doing this and some strengthening because you're supporting all your weight on this leg and trying not to lose your balance. So one of the things we do is when the vertical position, you want to keep the back as straight as possible. Don't lean. Don't look down at the floor, because if you lean like this or you're slightly off, your tendency is to want to dive toward the floor. You don't want to do that. Hold up, gaze forward, and then look out maybe 8 feet or 10 feet in front of you. And that's to, like if you're walking outside, that's to be sure that there's nothing in the way and you're going to trip on it. So you don't have to look straight down because you still can't see forward. You have to look forward to give yourself some time and perspective of what's really in front of you. So that's really something that you'd have to do to condition yourself to get out of a habit of looking down, because the looking down part of it kind of is because there might be a little bit of apprehension and maybe a little bit of fear from the idea that you could fall. But this is a training, so you have to understand why you would do certain things a certain way, so that your body and your mind begin to kind of connect with the understanding that we're dealing with a vertical posture and we're dealing with this, right, footwork. Now, if you walk forward without, that was the drill to get our hands going. When we walk forward, we go 1, 2, 3, and we go backwards 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, backwards, shift 1, 2, 3. So the shifting is a little bit trickier than going forward, because this is what we're doing. When you go backwards, you have to sustain your foot here for a little while so that you have this. When you go forward, you have that. When you go backwards, you have to stay here for a split second, and then split second, and then a split second to get this and this working together. So on the front side, that's the action. On this side, this is working as an action. So this, going backwards, your hands go this way and this way. So on the back step, you separate the hands. You can see on the back step, you separate the hands. On the forward step, you join the opposite side. On this one, you kind of sustain it here. So you see, it's the same relationship, but it's which foot has the weight on it. Right now, when I do this, my supporting leg is this one. When I step forward, my supporting leg is on the opposite. 1, 2. So this is the movement, see? And then this is going backwards. So that's, you have to play around with that to develop the understanding. So that's really valuable to work on. And then when we turn direction, remember I talked about pivoting toward the direction? So when your feet are like this, I have one that can go this way and one that can go that way. Think of your car. You have 2 tires in the front. If I want to turn, this tire goes that way and this tire goes that way. But with a car, they both turn. Here, we turn them one at a time. So this is the 2 feet of the tires. So I'm going to turn like this. Then this foot ends up next to it, because we don't want to be turning like this. We'll end up losing our balance. So we turn one foot on the same side that we're going in, and then when we shift our weight to that, and then we take our step 1, 2, 3. This is going to take me there. I turn like this, and then it's 1, 2, 3, and then I pull it together, start here, turn. I'm going to step 1, 2, 3, center. Now when I turn, I initiate my step with my right. 1, 2, 3, stop. Turn, start with the right and move the left hand. 2, 3, and stop. So I give you a starting position and an end position, because the starting position is your feet like this. When I turn, my feet are like this. When I turn and I take my step, they're not like this yet. If we want to, we would pause here, but the thing is, we step through and pass, then it's just taking you to the opposite side, and then you. Now, if this foot pivot, I would go that way. This foot pivots, I would go that way. And then you follow me like that. 1, 2, 3, stop, turn. 1, 2, 3, stop, turn. Let's go toward the mirror. 1, 2, 3, pause. Let's go that way. Turn. Right, right, left, right, turn, forward, right, left, right, together, turn, together, 1, 2, 3, center. Now I'm going to pivot this way, 90 degrees, turn this way, and I'm back in front of the camera. So your options are 45 degrees or 90 degrees, right? 45 degrees kind of veer off into that corner. 90 is going to take you directly from front to the side toward the wall, because that would be square to you. If you're going into the corner, say you're in a room and you have a door over there, and you aim yourself toward that door. And then if you're going back to center, you would just come back to center by pivoting the same side foot to realign here. We're in the frontal position. If I want to go there 90 degrees, I turn my feet to a 90-degree position. So that's like a T out opening, so you're 90 degrees here. So the 90 degrees here is the same 90 degrees here that you have when you start those exercises. And you're 90 like this, and then you pivot on the ball of your foot, you're in the square position. When we pull the heels together, we're in the 90-degree position. Now, if I'm in this position, I have two directions. I have no options as to which way I'm going. So what do? I turn. Right? So don't we do an exercise like this? So you can see if I'm in this position, in a 90-degree position, and I turn, I'm already set up, and I come together, bring my feet to a starting point, and I go 1, 2, 3. Okay? If I turn this way, that's 45 degrees. If I turn it back to 90, I'm actually in the square position, and I'm here. So this is 90. This is 90. This is 90. This is 45. This is 45. This is 45. And together. So when the feet are together, you can consider it like 0. 0, 45 to the right, or my right, or your left. This foot going this way, 45. This foot, without going right or left, using the term, just use the direction. This side goes 90 degrees this way. This side goes 90 degrees this way, or 45 degrees. So use that as a guideline, because 45 degrees and 90 degrees give you a good measuring tool to take you into corners or 90-degree transition over there, and that'll give you something to practice for footwork. Like I said, you half a dozen drills. You can do them, several times a week. You can do them every day. They're not very physical, but the thing is, physical by using a lot of demand on strength. You can just kind of go through the motions, do 6 to 10 or 12 of each exercise, and then over time you kind of have a little routine that you can work on, and that's kind of what you build off of. And then the footwork, you can do that at home. When the weather gets better, maybe you do it outside, but learn to pivot and take your step, and you move your arms. Just make sure you swing your arms. You don't want them to be stiff and rigid. You have to do that for the balance and motion. Okay, so that's what I always try to go through. There's so many things that we can do with the hands when we go forward and back. 1, 2, 3, and this is something I covered in some of the other videos. But for the most basic and fundamental thing is, if we're going to walk, it has to be the opposite side. So I spend more time trying to get you to understand this relationship than a lot of the other drills, because that's what more common to the average person that wants to learn sort of the skill of walking and the body mechanics involved. So anyways, on that note, I'll see you next time. It'll be next Thursday, and hopefully you get something out of this.